The ability to self-analyze, in my opinion, is probably one of the most important skills you can have. I remember when I was younger, I used to be very hesitant to get advice from anyone about anything. I typically always did well in everything I was involved in, school, sports, etc. And that made it really hard for me to be open to any sort of advice. Plus, in general, when you're young, you tend to think that you know everything there is to know about the world. But as I reached the age of reason, I realized I definitely did not know everything, and I have developed a stronger sense of self-awareness. I am someone who is constantly analyzing everything I do with the intent to identify what areas I can improve on. And this is something that, especially if you are on a journey of self-improvement, is going to be fundamental for your growth. Now, there's the type of feedback that you get from yourself when you are self-aware enough to recognize you have certain strengths and weaknesses and you're working to refine each of those. But there's also the feedback that you get externally, external feedback. And this can come in many different forms. It could be from either a coach or a mentor, which I strongly believe in, or it could be through hate comments on a YouTube video. Now, it's always very important to consider the source, but imagine if I were to get a YouTube comment saying that the audio quality of my videos suck. Maybe up to this point, since I hadn't received a comment yet, in my perspective, my just singular perspective, I think the quality is good and there's no reason maybe to improve it. But through this comment, it is brought to my attention that maybe there is an area of improvement that I can look into. And this is a silly example, but it really applies to pretty much everything. Taking advantage of all sorts of feedback, keeping in mind the source always, is very important because you can use this to your advantage to have additional perspectives to consider as you continue to work and develop yourself. And this is something that I have found has worked for me. So now, even if it's not necessarily something I want or like to hear, I will be receptive to it because it's actually facilitating my personal development. And in some cases, I'll even go as far as to ask people straight up to give me the raw feedback, like the things that I could be doing better, how can I be better, what can I improve on, the things that I don't like, so that I am aware of them. Because typically I found that it's normal or natural to believe that we have no faults or we are blind to most of them. And I try to make it a point to have people highlight those to me. Again, there's nuances because you always have to consider if the person who is giving you the feedback or the person you're asking the feedback from has the results that you're looking to get or has experience in the area that you are considering or maybe inquiring about. So it's something that I believe has helped me a lot, and I definitely would encourage everyone to, set some time to self-analyze. And it all starts with the person in the mirror, but being open to external feedback, even if it's not necessarily a nice thing to hear about yourself, is one, I would say, of the best ways to fast track you correcting that particular issue. And that is it for this video. As always, feel free to share your takeaways in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.